So first is anything that would impose term limits. If you do term limits alone without term limiting staffers and bureaucrats, then the staffers and bureaucrats become the only power in Washington, D.C., because they outlive all the elected officials. Second is anything that would impose fiscal restraints on D.C. They'll never stop spending on their own, but it's also tax caps and spending caps. It's also imposing, for example, generally accepted accounting principles on Washington, D.C. These are things that we need to bring our fiscal house in order. And then finally, and most importantly, in my opinion, are what are called scope and jurisdiction restrictions. When the Constitution was drafted, there were 17 enumerated powers for the federal government. We need to go back and tell them what they cannot do. For example, we should say to them, you may not be involved in education, you may not be involved in energy, you may not be involved in health care, you may not be involved in the environment. We should get rid of the EPA, the Energy Department, the Education Department, and push all those things back to the states. The states already do all of those things. They have the capacity, if they want to regulate all of that stuff. That needs to be taken away from the federal government, and that can be debated at this convention.